spirit of manipulation, right? So I recall, you guys, when I was in college and I had a so-called best friend. And then no matter where we were, no matter where we went, she had I won't call it a gift, she had the curse of being able to communicate with men for a long periods of time because she was able to literally change herself to be who they would want her to be, right? And I would look at her and be like in amazement at the time because I had no idea what she was doing. But I would look in amazement at the time because I was like, how is this lady able to communicate with strangers like this, right? But she had the gift of manipulation. And no, the curse of manipulation, you guys. She had the Jezebel spirit to where if a person said that they like this or if a person said that they like that, she was able to like camouflage and change into that whatever they needed her to be in that moment. But as I grew older, and then me, I would be like sitting at the edge just awkward because I can't be fake, right? I wasn't able to just like change like that. I will always be me. So I would just be standing there awkward and looking at her like, wow, how is she able to do that with every single person? But early on, she had the Jezebel spirit, you guys. So the Jezebel spirit, I'm reading my notes, is it's a trait, and you can read this in 1 Kings and 2 Kings. Is one trait is her obsessive passion of being controlling over others, especially in the spiritual realm, you guys. And what I find is that when women have this, sorry that you guys in the background is my dog. When women have this Jezebel spirit, first they come appear to you trying to be your best friend. They're trying to be sweet to you, being all you want them to be. But eventually, you guys, the root of that is that they want control and destruction, right? This reminds me of my brother, right? He married someone who had a Jezebel spirit, and she controlled him to the point to where she did not want him to have any involvement in his family life, and it caused a lot of depression for him, right? At first, she was like very family oriented, right? Faking to pretend that she was, hi, hello. She was faking and pretending that she was family oriented, right? But then she ended up having the Jezebel spirit. First, they ended up pretending that they love you, but then they ultimately fake. So when I say fake it, right? So I'm talking about like people that have manipulation issues, right? So in the beginning, right, they come off one way, but then how are you? I'm good. Hi. In the beginning, they come off one way, right? Because they want to pretend that they love you. They want to pretend that they can like be all you want them to be, but then eventually, you guys, that Jezebel spirit comes out, right? So the Jezebel spirit is someone who has an issue with manipulation, right? They want to manipulate, and people don't realize that manipulation is a form of witchcraft, right? So first they manipulate so they can control you, right? I was just curious, by the way. I wasn't trying to, oh, no, you're fine. No, you're fine. You're fine. No, because I know some people are just hopping on. So I gave the example of my brother, right? Because my brother married someone who had the Jezebel spirit. She would come to our family functions and pretend that she was like a family-oriented individual. And then slowly but surely, she would push my brother away from family, right? And this caused a lot of depression for him because he's very family-oriented. But she wants to control him in that way. And that's what the person with Jezebel spirit does. It says one trait of the Jezebel spirit is they have an obsession and passion for dominating someone and controlling them, right? In the physical and in the spiritual realm. So it's so important. And I also use the example of my friend, right? When I was in college, I had a friend. We would go out. This is when I was in the world. I used to like go and partying all the time, whatever. And no matter who she was talking to, she had the ability to transform into who they would want her to be. So she would sit there and have like 30, 40-minute conversations with people that she just met. And I'm like, how does she do that? Me, I can't be fake. So I'm not sitting there like talking to people that I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't just sit there and talk to people for that long if I really don't know them, right? So, but later on, I found out that she had that witchcraft Jezebel spirit to where she would manipulate and like pretend that she was interested in what they were interested in, just so she can eventually later on control and dominate them, you guys. So it's so important that you watch out for the witchcraft Jezebel spirit. And that's what I was talking about. Do you like President Trump? This is hard. So I don't, okay. I try not to talk about politics here, but there's some things I don't like about him, some things I do like about him. There's some things I don't like about Kamala, and there's some things I do like about Kamala. So I'm just keep it like right there. Do you like President Trump? Yeah, I don't dislike him. There's some things that I agree with in his policies. There's some things I don't agree with. And there's some things that I agreed with Kamala. I feel like her campaign was not good. I didn't agree with her campaign, you guys. So, yeah. I feel like she should talk policies with us, and she didn't. So that kind of messed up her campaign. Has anyone in this live, has they ever dealt with the Jezebel spirit? Or a person that tried to manipulate them or control them? All right. So what they do, you guys, it says when she became queen, so we're talking about the Jezebel that's in the Bible. When she became queen, she was relentless in her campaign. Her husband at the time, he believed in God, but she was able to change his views in God, you guys. So she was able to, he believed one way, and then she was able to manipulate him to believe another way. So you got to be careful of people that try to change your views or change what you believe in to fit their narratives. That's another sign of the Jezebel controlling spirit. Well, this live was fun, you guys. It's fun being interactive. I'll do more lives. Do you guys have any more questions? Okay. It says, we are in the last days where people will deceive, so we must pray for more discernment. Yes, former spouse for 18 years betrayed me, destroyed our family. He was an adulterer, and I'm healing. Yes. I am so sorry for that. I wish that people, that's a long time to be married and then to be betrayed like that. So I know, are you currently, are you seeking like counsel from a church or like a therapist? I've been through like a lot of betrayal, so I know exactly how that feels. There's a lot of pain behind that. 18 years, and just to be wasted for selfishness is so sad. It's heartbreaking, but I'm healing. It hurts so bad. Yes, okay, good. I will say, like, there's no easy like response to this, but I will say that time is like the best. I read the Bible and pray. Good. Yeah, good. I do that too. Fasting. Good. Yeah, when you fast, you'll hear like God's revelations. You'll hear his heart, and he will really, really help you during that time. During this time, I counseled someone similar. She was married to her spouse since they were together since early 20s. So it was 25 years, and 25 years they were together, and it took her a long time to get past that. But I'm praying that God gives you peace that surpasses all understanding. What she eventually started to do is ensuring that she started doing things that made her happy, because in that relationship, she shared that she lost a piece of herself. So in this time of healing and isolation, she was able to like find herself, find things that she enjoys. Like she was able to find herself again because she felt like she lost herself in that relationship anyway. So I pray that that is something that you can start doing, like, you know, working on things that you enjoy. Start, you know, because every day you wake up, God is there. It's another moment for you to be reminded of your purpose and that God loves you. But that's never easy. Never easy. He ignores me and acts like I don't exist anymore. We was 17 years. We have a 17-year-old son, but I just want my son to be okay. Okay, good. So you have a 17-year-old like me. I have a 17-year-old as well. He ignores me and acts like I don't exist. That is insane. That is so insensitive. That is so insensitive. Do you feel like this was like a pattern, like the whole relationship though? Like, was he, like, did he show signs of this? Because usually they show signs early on and then we can sometimes ignore it. I'm sorry, this is, yeah. They move on fast. The next person is horrible, but yes, I used to be silent treatment, and yes, I ignore the red flags. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's what, when you love somebody, you tend to ignore the red flags. But I'm learning when people show you who they are. Like, look at that. You know, like, don't. I try not to judge them right away, but like that's always in the back of my head. Like, okay, this is something that is possible. So I try to like keep the red flags in the forefront. I thought we could get back to the love stage, but it's all a front. And this is why, like, I tell couples, because by the time that you get to counseling, right, by the time they come see the therapist, like 80% of the relationship is already so, like, unfixable. So that's why I tell my couples when I'm counseling them that it's so important to do, like, maintenance checks, right? We met at church. Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm sorry, Mrs. Scott. I'm sorry. This is... So you thought this was like the person that you were going to be with forever. When we tell couples, like, it's okay to do like maintenance check-ins before it gets to the point where it's like, you know, to the point of this. I fell for the lie, but God led me to your channel. Oh, well, thank you. I thank God for using me. I thank God for using me. And I pray for healing. I pray for healing. It will happen for you. And then you'll have a thank you so much. And you'll have a understanding as to why this happened. And maybe this could be a part of your testimony where you could help other women. Because, oh, hello, I'm in Hawaii. Aloha. I don't speak English, but I am from Russia. Hi, hello from Russia. Nice to meet you. Yeah. There's so many women that have been deceived by their spouse. They feel like they're one way, but then they turn out to be another way. And I feel like the saddest thing, right? I feel like the saddest thing is like to wake up and you're like basically like next to a stranger, and that's like really scary. So it's so important that we have those check-ins with that individual. And oh, so good. Yeah. Many hide for years behind a mask. Yes, they do, and that's the Jezebel spirit. Like, for someone to be able to manipulate and hide behind a mask for so long, that is very deceptive. Like, how could you just be so fake like that? They say the right things in counseling. Yes, but you know what? A good therapist could see right through that. A good therapist could see like through the manipulation and the lies. And that there's usually that's a narcissist that like does that says the right things, but then we get to see whether their actions match what they're saying. That's ultimately what really matters, is whether what they're saying really actually matches their personality, who they are, who their actions are. And that's what we really have to look at. Because it's easy to hear what people say and like just fall for that. But we have to really, really look beyond what they're saying. And that's what therapists do. We look at body language. We look at everything. Yeah. But that's really tough. That's really tough. So there's no way he wants to have any kind of communication at all? Good Eye Live. Yeah. That's why it took me a while, because in the beginning I used to get hurt a lot because of that. Like, I would want to, when you're an empath, you want to believe that people are good, right? You want to believe that they are who they say they are. But then when they hurt you, it's unexplainable. So that's why I try to look beyond what they say and look at who they are and watch patterns. But behind closed doors, they withhold intimacy. Yes, narcissist. I wish I knew about this a long time ago. He stopped communicating with me in 2023. Yeah, that's a telltale sign. When there's no, like, when someone's not trying, when they're not trying to communicate, when they're not trying to meet your needs, that's a telltale sign. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, and I know God has something really, really good for you. I'm learning now, and God is so good. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. God will give you revelations. He gives us the Holy Spirit. And He's going to bring you back in moments in time of that relationship where you're going to be enlightened, like, oh, wow, I didn't see this, but now I see this, if He's not doing that already. But it still hurts. So. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to go live like once a day. Yes. I wish you a blessed day. You're welcome. Goodbye, you guys.